It's 7 a.m. in Washington's Mount Pleasant neighborhood. We'd set out to see for ourselves what law and order now looks like in today's America.
You don't need to do this.
We hadn't expected it would take just 5 minutes and 2 blocks to find it. But this is now happening daily.
I'm observing what you're doing.
You can observe right here. Don't cross the street.
The agents are from ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, here on the orders of the president.
You have to stand up to the people who are telling you to do this because it's wrong.
Their targets are Latino workers. It's one strand of his law and order blueprint for America.
Sir, do you have someone I can call? Do you have a family you want them to know?
And it is blunt.
Get her out of here.
Get her out of here, he says to a neighbor woken by the commotion.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
The surge of federal law enforcement agents into America's capital has been unprecedented, and their powers are too.
So it's just gone 20 past 7 in the morning. What appears to have happened is that the authorities have pulled over this truck here. They have detained, we think, 3 people from them. They've removed them, put them into these unmarked police vehicles here, and they will be taken away. It's causing a huge amount of upset with the locals here. Have a look.
A mask could stop them.
Ouch!
Get out of here. Get out of here. Yeah, get out.
Get out!
They've arrested your co-workers.
Yeah. I have people, but, you know, my partners, they don't.
Detained because they were not able to prove on demand as they went to work whether they are here legally.
These are hardworking people. These people work in our neighborhood. They work in our restaurants. They're our neighbors. They are taking hardworking people away, not criminals.
This is not making our city safe, pulling out workers who are an essential member of our community and being like, oh, that makes DC a better place. It doesn't.
Well, that really was stark to see it all unfolding in front of us. And the blunt actions of the agents really is a reflection of the orders from the very top. But for me, the really interesting thing was the visceral reaction from the community. Up the road, another moment of community tension.
Well, 15 minutes or so since we filmed that last raid. We've moved a few blocks away and you can see the commotion here. Locals very upset because this vehicle, inside it are some of the ICE officials, the police officers who are doing the detaining. And clearly, for the locals, they do not want them there.
The whistles are a new community tactic to alert people that ICE agents are in the area. It's a couple of weeks now since President Trump outlined from the White House his plan for Washington.
Going to take our capital back. We're taking it back. In massive enforcement operations targeting known gangs, drug dealers, and criminal networks to get them the hell off the street, maybe get them out of the country, because a lot of them came into our country illegally. They shouldn't have been allowed in. They come from Venezuela. They come from all over the world. We're going to get them the hell out. They won't be here long.
And this is the intentionally visual part of it all. The National Guard at the sites and on the streets. Fighting crime is their mission. The president has seized control of law, order and security from the city authorities, who he has framed as failing liberals. He's pledged it as a model for other cities. But if this is largely about a display of strength, well, in the neighborhoods of overwhelmingly democratic left-leaning DC, it feels closer to a worrying tipping point.
They don't make me feel safer. They make me feel more police. Like I have to be a little bit more aware and not in a good way.
24 hours later, and we're back in Mount Pleasant.
So we just ran into a local guy here who's had a tip-off that there is a raid happening a couple of blocks over here. So we're just going to see, you can see the flashing lights down here.
You did not train to do this. This is not what you're meant to do.
The officers are at the entrance to an apartment block.
Traitor!
They appear to be from various agencies, and the city police too, who are now also under the authority of President Trump. This time, they are heavily armed.
How are you feeling, ma'am?
I'm sick. This is not this country. It's not what we're about. We're a quiet community, great neighbors. It's unbelievable we've come to this. Unbelievable. Go.
Can you tell us who you're looking for? What's the job you're up to here? Are these immigration raids?
On this occasion, no one is arrested, and they are in the end literally shouted out of the street.
I've lived here for 47 years and I've never seen anything like this. They are occupying the city and our neighborhoods. They are brutalizing people. They are taking people for no reason. We don't want them here. This is a Donald Trump dominance performance.
Get out of our city!
It is more than a performance, though, because here in Washington, the president can and has taken control of law enforcement from the local authorities to deliver his election pledge.
Does this community anger make you feel upset,
I
worried?
have nothing to say, sir.
But the community anger here is visceral.
No comment. Okay.
If this is the plan for Democrat-run cities across the country, well, then the weeks ahead look divisive indeed.
You.
Mark Stone, Sky News in Washington.
It's 5 a.m. in a quiet Los Angeles suburb. We've come to witness firsthand the reality of America's current approach to immigration enforcement. We didn't expect to encounter it so quickly, but within minutes of arriving, we're faced with a scene that's become all too common. I'm standing here observing what's unfolding. Just across the street, ICE agents are conducting an operation. Their target, Latino workers heading out for an early shift. This is one facet of the administration's hardline stance on immigration, a policy that's causing ripples across communities nationwide. You don't have to do this, a neighbor calls out, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and despair. The agents, stoic and focused, pay her no mind. They're here on orders from the top, carrying out what the president calls a necessary measure to maintain law and order. The scene is tense, raw emotions on display as families are torn apart in the early morning light. Sir, is there someone we can call for you? I ask one of the detained workers. He looks at me, eyes wide with fear, unable to respond as he's ushered into an unmarked vehicle. This surge of federal law enforcement into America's cities is unprecedented. Their powers, expanded under recent executive orders, have sparked controversy and resistance. But here, in this moment, their authority is absolute and unquestioned. It's now 5:30 a.m. The operation appears to be winding down. 3 individuals have been detained, removed from a pickup truck and transferred to waiting vehicles. The impact on the community is immediate and visceral. Neighbors gather, some shouting in protest, others filming with shaking hands. Get out of here. An agent barks at the growing crowd. The hostility is palpable, a stark contrast to the quiet suburban street we arrived on just half an hour ago. This is the new normal in America, a country grappling with its identity and its approach to immigration. As the vehicles pull away, leaving behind a stunned and angry neighborhood, I can't help but draw parallels to similar scenes playing out across the globe. From South Africa's Operation Dudula to Europe's increasingly stringent border policies, the world seems to be turning inward, away from the ideals of openness and inclusion. But here in America, the land once proudly proclaimed as a nation of immigrants, the shift feels particularly jarring. The Statue of Liberty's promise of welcome to the huddled masses yearning to breathe free seems a distant memory in the face of pre-dawn raids and families torn apart. The impact of these operations extends far beyond the individuals directly affected. Entire communities live in fear, never knowing when or where ICE might strike. Next. Children go to school unsure if their parents will be there when they return. Businesses struggle as workers disappear, picked up in raids or too afraid to show up for their shifts. As the sun rises fully, casting long shadows across the now empty street, I speak with Maria, a longtime resident of the neighborhood. This isn't the America I know, she says, her voice thick with emotion. We came here for a better life, to work hard and contribute. Now we're treated like criminals for simply existing. Maria's story is echoed across the country, from agricultural communities in California to construction sites in Texas, from restaurants in New York to factories in the Midwest. Immigrant workers form the backbone of numerous industries. Yet they find themselves increasingly marginalized, living in the shadows of a society that simultaneously relies on their labor and seeks to expel them. The justification for these aggressive tactics is always the same: law and order, national security, protecting American jobs. But critics argue that the cure is worse than the disease, tearing apart the social fabric of communities and damaging the economy in ways that will be felt for generations. As we prepare to leave the neighborhood, now buzzing with activity as residents head to work and children to school, the weight of what we've witnessed settles heavily. This is more than just a policy debate or a political talking point. It's a fundamental question about what kind of nation America wants to be. The parallels with movements like Operation Dudula in South Africa are striking. Both represent a turn towards nativism, a belief that the solution to complex social and economic problems lies in expelling the other. But history has shown time and again the dangers of such thinking, the way it can corrode the very foundations of a society. As we drive away, the streets of Los Angeles stretching out before us, I'm left wondering about the future. Will America continue down this path, further alienating and marginalizing its immigrant communities? Or will there be a reckoning, a realization that the strength of the nation has always lain in its diversity, its ability to welcome and integrate newcomers? The answers to these questions will shape not just the fate of millions of immigrants and their families, but the very character of America itself. As the day fully dawns, bringing with it the promise of new beginnings, the challenge facing the nation has never been clearer. It's a challenge that goes to the heart of what it means to be American, to be a country founded on ideals of freedom and opportunity for all. In the end, the scenes we witnessed this morning are more than just isolated incidents. They're a reflection of a nation at a crossroads, grappling with its identity and its future as the debate rages on in the halls of power and on the streets of communities across the country. One thing is certain: the America of tomorrow will be shaped by the choices made today. And so, as we leave behind the quiet suburb now forever changed by this morning's events, we carry with us the weight of what we've seen. It's a reminder of the human cost of policy decisions, of the real lives affected by abstract debates about borders and belonging. In the face of such realities, the question remains: what kind of America do we want to be?